violence or no other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into the video.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sandra Bookman in for Liz.
And I'm David Navarro. We'll have more on those stories in a moment, but we begin with the final salute for NYPD officer Wilbert Mora. A wake is underway at St. Patrick's Cathedral in Manhattan. Thousands of NYPD officers gathered along the route to pay their respects as the casket carrying his remains arrived at the cathedral this morning.
And the crazy thing, guys, is that everybody's saying defund the police and da-da-da-da, whatever, okay? Not knowing or understanding or realizing that there are minority police officers who rely on those jobs, who support their family on those jobs. Black, Hispanic, okay, Asian, Indian police officers go in, clock in, day and out, putting their life on the line. Obviously, this brother right here, Wilbert Mora, was taken by a super gremlin who was threatening his own mother. Okay, and I know we've done plenty of stories on super gremlins killing their mothers, just like the one that I just recorded that'll be out soon. But this super gremlin killed his own mom in the crib. So a mother calling the police on her son is it's a real threat. It's a real thing, because a lot of these super gremlins live with Ma Dukes. That's a real thing. Lots of these super gremlins live with their mothers, man. And it's wild, man. But they really come back home and they become a threat. And they answer to the call, and the officers come in. And Ma Dukes didn't inform the officers that Buddy had a strap and was willing to fire it off. Didn't, I guess, give them the gravity of how dangerous this guy was. And boom. There you have it.
Officer Mora was the second officer who died after being shot while answering a 911 call for a domestic dispute in Harlem on January 21st. His partner was laid to rest last week. Eyewitness News reporter Stefan Kim is live at St. Patrick's with more on the wake. Stefan?
Well, Sandra and David, there are New Yorkers who showed up to pay their respects. They did not know Wilbert Mora, but they wish they did. Painful, they say, to have to do this twice in a week, but even worse, they say, if things don't change, they fear very soon they'll be back here again.
Just sorrow. It's just sorrow. Young life. That's a life that never should. He should have lived to be an old man. And who knows what he would have been in the other officer.
And what you guys got to understand is that super gremlins themselves, like, they don't believe that they're going to live long. So they don't, it's like this, they have this resentment for other people who want to live long and are enjoying their lives. Like, it's so much jealousy going on in the community, and we don't talk about it. And we always talk about this black unity and black girl magic. Meanwhile, when you put two sisters in a room with each other, they beefing. Right, so it's like, I don't know, man. We just need to have a broader conversation.
Police officer Wilbert Mora held on for days in critical condition, refusing to pass before helping others one last time. In a final act of heroism and at his request, his organs were donated to save the lives of complete strangers. And so, complete strangers turned out to his wake today to say thank you.
Majority of your officers today are young. I mean, you look at them and, you know, I'm saddened, you know, because you hope you don't have to see this again.
Officer Mora's body.
And the reason why the majority of the officers are young today is because the only people you can convince to do this job nowadays are, you know, young, impressionable kids who really believe in that heroism, which I'm glad that they do. I am glad that they do. We thank you for your service and all that kind of stuff. But what they don't understand is that they don't have the support of the community, let alone the community. Because if the community starts crying, then the community starts coming out and saying, oh, well, there's an injustice here and injustice there and police reform here and bail reform there and defund the police here and BLM here. So you've got so many different voices going against the police that it's like they talk about this blue wall of silence. And yeah, I mean, they're silent because they can't really say anything. They can't really say anything back to the community that they're protecting.
Began the journey to his final resting place this morning, but not before a grateful city could say goodbye. From the Riverside Funeral Home in Inwood to the FDR, where firefighters lined the route with a final salute, then down Fifth Avenue to St. Patrick's Cathedral, where his brothers and sisters awaited him. They carried the 27-year-old hero inside, draped in sacrifice. First, his family for a private viewing, and then, just as a sea of blue, a sea of sorrow, filed in to pay their respects, the son gave St. Pat's a warm embrace. Officer Mora, along with his partner, were killed last month in an ambush in Harlem while responding to a domestic violence call. Shot in the head with a stolen gun, his partner died that night.
It's devastating. I cried all last week, and I'll be crying all this week.
Now, every donor can help save 8 other lives with their organs and help up to 50 others with their tissue. His funeral will be held till tomorrow, followed by a burial in Queens.
And now to the final salute to fallen NYPD officer Wilbert Mora. This is a live look right now at Riverdale Funeral Home, where Mora's body has just been removed and transferred to the hearse you see right there. And then it'll be transferred to St. Patrick's Cathedral. That's where his wake is going to be this afternoon and his funeral tomorrow morning. Chopper 4 giving us a bird's eye view of that transfer right now as it unfolds. Both Mora and his partner, Officer Jason Rivera, were shot during a domestic violence call in Harlem 2 weeks ago. Rivera died at the scene. Mora later died at a hospital. And as you see officers give Officer Mora's body a final salute, Romney Smith is in front of St. Patrick's Cathedral awaiting Officer Mora's body. Romney.
You know, for the second time in 6 days, NYPD has had to close off part of Midtown in order to honor an officer who died in the line of duty.
So, man, this is super sad. They closed off a lot of the city, at least a part of Midtown, in order to honor him. And you know, he deserves it because he was willing to put his life on the line to protect others. This is the part of the job that people don't see, people don't show. You know, we've got so much rhetoric going on that's anti-police, and it's obviously manufactured, orchestrated, and it's crazy because, like, the community is the main one who calling the police because everything be happening to us. Because we got these super gremlins that we're trying to protect in the community with no snitching and with all these different street codes that you can't even be safe.
Barricades now line part of Midtown near St. Patrick's Cathedral. Security in place for the vigil for fallen officer Wilbert Mora. The 27-year-old is the second officer that died after being ambushed responding to a domestic disturbance on January 21st. His partner, 22-year-old Jason Rivera, died the day of the shooting. But Officer Mora's family kept him alive, all in order to save 5 other people's lives through organ donation. People walking past the cathedral this morning saying the level of support NYPD gives each other during this difficult time is impressive.
I mean, I think it shows that they mean a lot about these people. I mean, the officers of the law, they protect and serve everyone in this state, and they deserve to be honored in the way they are.
It's very lovely because he does so much for the whole community. He risks his life.
Notice that how they didn't interview anybody from the community. Notice how they didn't. They couldn't. You can't interview anybody from the community because there's the sample size for people in the community who gonna say F the police. It's too many. So you can't even, you know what I mean?
It's the least that the community and the city can do.
It's a great honor, like to honor them, and it's a beautiful thing.
They asking foreigners, bruh. This is crazy. Shorty is visiting from Switzerland. She ain't even from here. And she said good words and all that kind of stuff. You know, I'm not trying to take away from her statement, but ask some people around the way. Ask the constituents what they think about this.
To do for him.
Today will be another very heavy, emotional day as friends, families, neighbors, strangers, and certainly hundreds of officers await the body of Officer Mora for their final goodbye. We're live at St. Patrick's Cathedral in Midtown. Romney Smith, News 4 New York. Adam, back to you.
Romney, thank you. And Officer Mora's viewing begins at St. Pat's at 1 this afternoon. It runs until 8 o'clock tonight. And his funeral, again, will also take place at St. Pat's at 10 tomorrow morning.
Do not need to shut down most of lower Manhattan because one cop died for probably doing his job incorrectly. They kill people who are under 22.
Wow. So I wanted to show you guys this video, and we have this woman on TikTok, Vinyl Boobs. That's her username, Vinyl Boobs, which tells you all you need to know about this woman. Right? But she is talking down on the slain police officers, the slain NYPD officers, and it just shows you the mindset of a lot of these young minority people. I mean, it's just, it's the reality. They really hate the police for no reason. Ain't never had a conversation with a police officer. Ain't never been banged up. Ain't never got arrested. Been able to walk the streets safely without a super gremlin coming to rob you. And she got all these complaints. What she doesn't understand is that the likelihood of an officer, even crossing paths with an officer in a criminal or civil situation, is lower than the likelihood of a super gremlin coming and peeling her cap and taking the little $15 that she got in her pockets.
Do not need to shut down most of lower Manhattan because one cop died for probably doing his job incorrectly. They kill people who are under 22 every single day for no good reason, and we don't shut down the city for them.
All right, guys, so we saw that wokester, how hard she went at the police officers, and she said something that stood out to me too. Police kill people under the age of 22. No, super gremlins kill people under the age of 22. Super gremlins killing each other under the age of 22. It's not police officers that are killing people under the age of 22, okay? Let's get that straight right off bat. And to be honest, most of these people who do end up getting clapped by the police, it was definitely warranted. Most shootings are justified. Now, the few that they make the mistakes, the police are usually held accountable. Okay? And I know people are mad about the situation in Chicago with Jason Van Dyke. Well, bro, buddy was on PCP with a knife. Could have did damage. And he served time. It's like, what do the people really want? And then they would rather him serve his full sentence and let a super gremlin out who done peeled somebody's cat back, who done got 12 bodies like King Von. And people still sing King Von's music even though he killed a woman. Asian Doll still said she wanted to have intercourse with him, and she wanted to only deal with guys who had bodies, right? And this dude is out here killing women. So anyways, the other woman before, who was talking bad on the cops, she done got this other chick in trouble because they have the same name. So everybody's going at her, and she's having to clear her name. So I wanted to put a highlight on this just in case you guys were going to go and give the other chick crap. Her TikTok is Vinyl Boobs. This one is Sister Sweets _JC. Big difference. Okay.
Hello. My name is Jacqueline Guzman. I am a 25-year-old gymnastics coach and small business owner. This video is to clarify that I am not the Jacqueline Guzman that took that video, that awful video. I have been receiving multiple calls and messages and many, many threats.
She shook. She shook. And this Jacqueline Guzman girl, the other one, this is the pain that you've caused. We talk about protecting women and all that stuff. We got the women out here not even worried about protecting women. I mean, she never could have imagined that there was a woman with the same name as her. They look very similar, no cap, who was going to catch flame from her comments about these slain police officers.
So my sister, who is also my partner, has been taking over and helping clearing that it's not me. I know the people that know me know it's not me, but for the people that don't, if you can just please take a second to like hear my voice and see my face. I hope it clarifies.
Man, y'all leave this girl alone, man. Y'all leave this girl alone. That's why I'm making this video, because she don't deserve this, bro. Y'all get off this girl head top. Y'all doing the most.
A bit more. Well, you guys are targeting the wrong person. Can you to please stop and to please stop targeting me and attacking me? I personally cannot handle it. For the people who are helping me and helping the business and my family, I really appreciate you. Thank you for everything. But everyone has a good day. And stay safe. I know the roads are bad.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.